Everyone does it, but almost no one wants to talk about it. It's one of the most common human behaviors, and also one of the most misunderstood. For centuries, masturbation has been wrapped in myths, shame, guilt, and even fear. But science says something very different. Welcome to Sex Lab, where we break the silence, explore the science, and talk honestly about the things most people are too afraid to mention. 7 lessons this episode will cover. 1. We are going to define what masturbation truly is. 2. Male versus female masturbation. How and why it differs. 3. You will get the answers to the deep questions like, is masturbation healthy or harmful? 4. Myths versus science. Will it damage your brain, body, or future sex life? 5. Masturbation, porn, and how it affects mental health. Where is the line? 6. Guilt, shame, and religious stigma, and how to break free. 7. How masturbation can actually help you understand your body, orgasm, and pleasure better. Now, what is masturbation? Let's start at the beginning. Masturbation is the act of stimulating your own genitals for sexual pleasure. It's usually done by touching, rubbing, or using objects or techniques that create arousal. For some it's fast. For others it's slow, sensual, and deeply emotional. And it's not just a guy thing. People of all genders, all ages, and all backgrounds masturbate, though how they do it and why they do it can vary widely. What's the goal? Pleasure. Sometimes release. Sometimes comfort. Sometimes exploration. And sometimes healing. Let's look at the science behind it. When you masturbate, your brain releases a cocktail of chemicals. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. The feel-good messengers of the mind. These chemicals reduce stress, ease anxiety, and boost mood. In men, masturbation usually ends with ejaculation and orgasm. In women, the path to orgasm is more varied, involving the clitoris, G-spot, nipples, or even just the imagination. And here's something most people don't know. Masturbation doesn't just feel good. It teaches you about your own body, where you like to be touched, what kind of pressure you prefer, how your arousal builds, and what your body really needs. Let's see the myths, guilt, and shame. So why, if it's so natural, does it come with so much guilt? Some people were taught that masturbation is dirty, that it's addictive, that it will somehow make them less pure, or that it's sinful, especially those that tagged it spiritual husband or spiritual wife. In truth, none of these claims are supported by real science. Religious or cultural beliefs may influence how someone feels about masturbation, and that's okay. But feelings are not facts. Masturbation does not damage your brain, does not make you infertile, does not make you a pervert, does not mean something is wrong with you. In fact, studies show that people who masturbate in a healthy, balanced way tend to have better sex lives, not worse. Don't be too fast to conclude. Can masturbation become a problem? Yes. Like anything pleasurable, masturbation can become excessive. Not because it's evil, but because sometimes we use it to numb emotional pain. If you're masturbating so often that it interferes with your work, relationships, or mental health, it might be time to pause and reflect. Or if you're using porn to the point where your real-life intimacy is suffering, that's also a red flag. Masturbation should be a choice, not a compulsion. Healthy masturbation empowers. Unhealthy patterns isolate. The difference is not in the act, but in the intention. Benefits of masturbation. I guess you would love to hear that when done with awareness and care, masturbation can offer powerful benefits. 1. Relieves stress. 2. Helps you sleep. 3. Improves your mood. 4 teaches you about your body. 5 increases body confidence. 6 strengthens pelvic floor muscles. 7 helps you explore your fantasies in a safe solo space. For people in relationships, masturbation can actually make sex better. Because knowing your body is the first step to guiding someone else. Is a masturbation worth talking about? Let's be real. Most people have never had a real conversation about masturbation. Especially parents. Especially young people. Especially women. Especially those raised in environments filled with shame, religious background and silence. That silence causes confusion. That confusion causes fear. And fear leads to emotional disconnection. So let's start talking. Without shame. Without stigma. With honesty. And with science. In a nutshell, masturbation is not dirty. It's not shameful. It's not dangerous. It's natural. It's personal. And it's yours. But be careful when it affects your relationship or marriage. Be careful when it replaces your spouse. If you do it with self-respect. If you don't feel pressured to start. But above all, don't let ignorance write your story. This is Sex Lab, where we talk about sex the way it should have been taught. No shame, no stigma, just truth. Please comment below. What's one thing you were never taught about masturbation? Subscribe and hit the bell. We're not done breaking the silence. See you on the next episode.